Welcome to NKTelco Sports. We are here at New Knoxville High School for boys varsity basketball action, where the Fort Loramie Redskins take on the New Knoxville Rangers. Today's game is sponsored by Minster Bank, Schwederman Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Hometown Opportunity, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, NKTelco, NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com, Wagner's IGA, Cargill, Grand Lake Health, Clope Building Products, Moran's Refrigeration, and First National Bank. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We are here at the barn here in New Knoxville High School, where the 10-5 Fort Loramie Redskins come in for this non-conference battle between the New Knoxville Rangers. I am Brandon Coverman along with Jeff Hinchin here. And Jeff, we got a really interesting matchup here tonight. You know, New Knoxville here in the MAC 3-12 could get a big win here tonight over a really hot Fort Loramie team who's won 7 out of their last 8.
Yeah, no doubt the Redskins come in here. You mentioned 7 of 8, the lone loss. A half-court buzzer beater by Jackson Center on Friday night to give them that break their win streak. They started off 3-4 to the Redskins to start the season and have really turned around, played some very good basketball. And although they have 5 losses, many of them, as I mentioned, one at Jackson Center, a 3-point loss. Played Anna very competitively, lost to Bykins by 3, and then some other close games in there as well. So they've not been blown out of any ball game. So the 10-5 record, pretty respectable. And Coach Britton's team has really been playing well. And you mentioned New Knoxville, the 3-12 mark, a struggle this season so far. And they have been trying to improve and have been getting better. They had a victory Saturday over the weekend here against Fort Jennings to pick up their 3rd win of the season. And they've been playing some tough teams, a tough conference schedule plus some out-of-conference games as well. And, you know, just trying to get better and work as a unit and kind of all buy into the system and get comfortable with it. It's a process for a bunch of younger guys right now, and they're working at it. And yeah, they're gonna have their hands full. And you know, a victory against a very good Fort Loramie team, obviously, for a team that's been struggling, would be mammoth. And but a tall order for the Rangers against a very good Fort Loramie team here in New Knoxville tonight.
Should be a very good non-conference matchup. This game has been delayed twice, one because of Loramie's successful football run, and one last Saturday because of the weather conditions we had. But we're going to go to commercial break, and after that we should have starting lineups and the tip and keys to the game. You're watching Boys High School Sports on NKTelco.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Loramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Welcome back to the barn here in New Knoxville High School, where the Fort Loramie Redskins are taking on the New Knoxville Rangers here in a non-conference battle here on a Monday night here in New Knoxville. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Fort Loramie Redskins, a 5'11 sophomore, Nate Meyer. Number 33, a 5'11 senior, Eli Rosengarten. A 6'3 senior, number 35, Nathan Roderman. a 6'3 senior, number 40, Mason Kemper. And rounding out the lineup, a 6'1 junior, number 53, Nick Brandaway. As you see, Loramie is wearing their throwback uniforms tonight. They are led by head coach Corey Britton, assisted by Mick Leffel. Now, for the home squad tonight on the scoreboard, the New Knoxville Rangers, they are sitting at 3-12 on the season here. And first off in the lineup, we have a senior, number 5 at 6'2", Ryan Osborne. Jared Osborne, excuse me. Number 22, Carson Bierlein. Number 24, Sam Anspaugh. Number 14, Jacob Rowlands. And rounding out the lineup for New Knoxville, number 10, Zach Davis. They are led by first-year head coach Mike Pyatt, assisted by Tim Gleason. And Jeff, you know, there's going to be a lot of keys to win tonight's game on both sides. What do you got for me?
Well, first for Fort Loramie Redskins, they want to move the ball. They expect to face a zone defense from the Rangers and don't want to be complacent. Want to break the zone down with good ball movement and get some shots, not just on the outside, but on the inside. And they want to put pressure on the ball. New Knoxville's been prone to the turnovers. They feel if they get some pressure D, force some turnovers, that will relate to some easy buckets in transition. And for New Knoxville, their keys to the game, want to control the tempo. Do not want to get in a track meet up and down with the Redskins. Play to their pace, limit the possessions, and also get better as a team. As you mentioned in the pregame, what a big win this would be. Win or not, the Rangers just want to continue to get better throughout the season. They have. It takes a while, and they're working at it, and their goal is to continue to get better, and they're going to have a good test tonight against a very good Fort Loramie team. So, you know, it's final exam time, if you will, and see what they've learned throughout really a day's worth of prep. And we're now to go against a pretty good Fort Loramie squad.
Good cut on the inside there by Anspaugh, and it's a turnover to start.
You know, the Achilles heel, that has not helped. They average 18 turnovers a season, or a game, I should say. It's been better, but that, for the most part, has limited their possessions on offense, and they start the game off with a turnover.
Rosengarten off the 3-shot, no good. He's really expanded his game. He's coming together real nice this year on the offense end.
Averaging 11.8 points a game for the Redskins. We're a leading scorer, as you mentioned. He can score from the outside and also can score from the inside.
Very much so. I believe he'll be an all-league selection here in a few weeks.
You're casting your vote for him early?
I would cast my vote for him early, but that's all coaches poll right there, so I do not have a say, unfortunately, even though we'll consider ourselves media.
You see the pressure being applied here, the double team on the dribble. They're trying to force New Knoxville into double team and then, you know, gamble a little bit, and they are successful. 2 trips, 2 turnovers for the Redskins defense.
Good hustle play by Nate Meyer. See the Redskins in transition. Brandaway, top of the key, and good, and Loramie strikes first. 3-point
basket by Nick Brandaway, number 53. Again, throwback jerseys, normally number 11 for the Redskins, wearing number 53 tonight. His 14th three-point made bucket of the season. He shoots a very good percentage of 45% from beyond the arc.
And Nick Brandaway, this is his 3rd year on this Fort Loramie team. He's been on a couple successful teams, 2 district championships. Team as Loramie forces 3 turnovers and as many trips down for the Rangers.
Yeah, Brandaway's been a part of some very good teams. Started as a freshman, or played, I should say, as a freshman, just a junior.
And let's see if New Knoxville here can get their first bucket here in their 4th possession. It's 3-0 early here on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first.
It'd be nice just to get a shot off. I mean, the Rangers, you mentioned 3 turnovers and 3 possessions. You want to be careful here. They don't commit that 4th turnover. Want to get a look at the basket.
Someone's got to cut to the ball here. Knoxville not
dangerous cross-court pass.
Got to get in what they say, that triple threat position there, what like some coaches like to call it. Anspaugh moving in on the inside. Davis in the corner. Jared Osborne. The Rangers working it around here. 5:26 remaining in the opening frame.
Definitely controlling the tempo, as you mentioned. One of the keys to the game. Here comes a double team trap. Right idea by the Rangers, Brandon, but another turnover couldn't connect on the backdoor cut.
Nice way by Roderman to Kemper. The senior connection there, runs the floor there. And we have a 30-second timeout, so we'd like to thank some of our sponsors here. Wilson Health, caring without limits. Precision Strip, NKT.TV, BullerStore.com, Wagner's IGA, servicing communities for over 95 years. Grand Lake Health, Clope Building Products, America's favorite garage door. Loramie Refrigeration, your appliance expert serving Northwest Ohio for over 70 years. PSG Automotive Outfitters, Minster Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime. Schwederman Pharmacies, pharmacies located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapak. New Knoxville Supply, Cargill, Minster Dental Care, and Francis Furniture. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Replay is brought to you by Winter Meats, quality meats for 90 years. Player of the game, NKTelco, and scoreboard is First National Bank. Think first. And on that scoreboard, it's 5-0 here. And New Knoxville, yet again, Jeff, another turnover.
5 quick turnovers here, and also New Knoxville not helping the cause tonight. Patrick Cover, their starting point guard through most of the season, out today with an illness, so they're down a position you hate to ever be down, and that's your point guard position. And so they're playing understaffed, if you will. Likewise, Jake Raderman, a player for the Redskins, has logged many minutes, many quarters, I think every game but one.
Yep.
Out tonight. Jake Raderman is out.
You see good patient ball movement here by Loramie against the zone. That's one thing Coach Britton told me before the game that he stresses is patient ball movement here. And that foul will go on Rollins there. It's a step in front of Meyer, trying to push it the tempo there in the short corner.
First personal foul of the game. That is his first. As again, you mentioned Rollins trying to stop penetration, just could not get there, and good job by the Redskins to force the contact.
Good out of bounds set piece by Loramie, but equally good defense player by the Rangers.
Somebody from New Knoxville got a hand there, and they knocked it away.
I see that set play run. I'm a pretty big Xavier fan as well, and they used to run that play for J.P. McCura all the time. It worked a lot there. Good attempt there by Loramie, but nice defense by New Knoxville.
Yeah, you find some schools can run some very nice out of bounds plays, and it's really a nice little knack to have, and some teams very successful with it, and seems like almost thrive on those out-of-bounds situations. They have nice sets and convert nicely, as New Knoxville now the 6th turnover, and tough break for the Rangers. Tough start, I should say. A good start for the Redskins defense, but still, only a 5-0 lead. We've been playing nearly 4 minutes now, and granted, New Knoxville hasn't taken a shot yet. They're down 2 possessions, so could be worse.
Yep. As pair of sophomores, Nolan Burning and Grant Alberts checking the ball game for Coach Britton's team here, in his 5th year here at Loramie. He's won 2 district titles, a Shelby County Athletic League title. I think he's won around 85 games. Rosengarten from the corner, no good.
Well, good job by the Rangers. They've limited the Redskins to just the 1 shot, so no offensive rebounds for the Redskins, and still, a two possession game now. New Knoxville turns it over again. We're putting the ball in front of the defender's hands, and
Rodman no good in transition. Meyer on the follow will get the harm, and we'll go to the line for a pair here. Knoxville got to do a better job getting low, being a low man. Some coaches say low man always wins. Low man always wins. So Knoxville, haven't got a shot attempt off it. Like you said, Jeff, could be worse here.
Well, Fort Loramie does benefit now. That's their first offensive rebound of the game. They convert with a free throw. Nate Meyer at the line on the season, 57% from the free throw line, 8 of 14 coming into tonight's game, 1 of 2 on this trip.
6-0 here. New Knoxville looking to get their first points of the game here, as Loramie swinging around that back man here, trying to get some more pressure there. And Osborne through the middle of the lane. Nice little hook shot there, no good.
Tough break.
Runner.
Couldn't get a drop. Would have been a good answer to break the ice for New Knoxville.
Burning pushes the ball up to Albers. Sophomore classmates connect on there, and Loramie expands their lead to 8-0.
Well, that was a beautiful pass you mentioned. That was a nice bounce pass. New Knoxville not back in time, and it led Albers right to the perfect spot he had to be. A good catch and finish, and there's a foul against the Redskins.
And you see Rodman commits the foul there in the backcourt, trying to set up that trap there. And Nick Brandaway will check in the ballgame for Rodman. That's the first team foul on the Redskins.
Under 3 minutes to go. So as we mentioned, New Knoxville has yet to score. They got a shot finally from Osborne the last trip down, and it could not find the bottom of the net. This is Jared right here, right now. New Knoxville's a lot of ball movement, and they take a lot of time off the clock.
You've got to be patient here, especially if you haven't been able to really get any shots off here, as New Knoxville almost turns it over. Osborne into Anspaugh. Anspaugh, the three, no good. But good hustle by Anspaugh, but he must have stepped on the baseline before he threw it out off Albers. It will go the way of the Redskins. You see Mason Kemper checks back into the ball game for the Redskins. He's actually started the state finals last year when Loramie defeated Hicksville to win the 2018 Division IV State Baseball Championship. Kemper over to Burning. Loramie wearing their throwback red uniforms tonight. Brandaway, another nice looking shot, and he drills it. 45% on the year. He's going to up that average of 2, being 2 for 2 so far.
Yeah, good start from Brandaway from beyond the arc. The 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Nearly another turnover as Davis. It will be a turnover. A held ball will give it to the Redskins. Pressure defense really suffocating the Rangers offense here. And even when they get an offense, New Knoxville's forced to make a lot of long passes, and Fort Loramie is not slow. Their secondary line of defense, if you will, very aggressive, kind of reads the passer's eyes. He's kind of in distress, able to see the long pass coming, and they start moving towards the ball, and they come away a lot of times with a near steal or a steal.
Albert steals his man, kicks out Rosengarten, no good. Over the back, foul on Burning there. It'll go the way of the Rangers, who are still looking to get on the board here.
Second foul of the quarter for the Redskins, as you mentioned. Nolan Burning, his first team's 2.
You know, here, Knoxville just coming off a win against Fort Jennings Saturday, 37-35, a low-scoring ball game here for first-year head coach Mike Pyatt. Davis nearly traveled there. Might have got away with one there, and Knoxville working around.
We just watched when Fort Loramie was, Fort Loramie does a nice job at getting in the passing lanes, always moving towards the ball. Good hands by Osborne as Brandaway saw a friend underneath the basket, kind of a no-look pass, and it would have been sweet, but Jared Osborne for the Rangers was able to get a paw up and knock it down.
Good read by Brandaway, such a smooth player, and we see that same out of bounds set run for Grant Albers there, and he gets partially deflected. Loramie will get it just on the opposite side of the basket here in this out of bounds set with Brandaway running it now, trying to use their size advantage here. Burning off the set piece. Younger brother of Evan Burning, who was a starter and first team all-county selection last year on the regional final team, lost the eventual state champion Marion Local Flyers, and shot no good. Brandaway gets another shot, barrels his way through the lane, and that's a block there on Anspaugh, straight in front of us here up in the box.
It looked like Anspaugh was trying to get there. Bang, bang call does not go in the favor of New Knoxville, so might get another look at it here as we see the end of it. And break for the Redskins. 2 free throws coming up for Brandaway.
I thought, from my position, I thought that was the right call. Yep, he's not in position there.
Just about a half a step late, right idea.
And when you're down 12-0 here early, as Brandaway nails the early free throw, you really need something to get you going, just a hustle play. Any coach loves that, and Brandaway shooting 70% will help with that average, going 2 for 2 from the line there.
8 points here early for Nick Brandaway, 6'2" junior. Mentioned he's been a part of the past couple years. Teams have been very successful, and they graduated a lot. As there's a foul, I guess not a foul, as it appeared the beer line was bumped in his attempt to catch the pass.
Burning runs the floor and yet again finds Albers for his second assist tonight. Yeah, that last pass was just telegraphed there a bit by the Rangers. And they're going to turn it over again. It's going to go off Davis's leg.
Telegraphed or not, I don't think when the ball's in the air and the receiver goes up, you're allowed to hit him, i.e. the New Orleans Saints Los Angeles Rams game last week. But a play right in front of Clay Ehrman not called, and I guess play on.
Yeah, a lot of refs, what they tend to explain on that is they're both going for the ball. That's the explanation you tend to get a lot.
You're allowed to displace the receiver?
Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
That's a lot of what their explanations usually are, as Brandaway with another 3.
His first miss.
Kemper on the follow, and Loramie expands their lead to 17-0.
Well, just 3 seconds ago, Osborne aware of the clock.
And Osborne not going to be able to make it. Well, that's going to head us to our first commercial break. As Loramie leads 17-0 here over New Knoxville. You're watching boys high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road CDLA driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package, is an equal opportunity employer, and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopaydoor.com/careers.
Moran Refrigeration in St. Mary's is celebrating 70 years in business. We are committed to offering you top name brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, Samsung, Fisher & Paykel, and Speed Queen. Come in and experience the one-on-one personal service that you won't get from big box stores. Our delivery and installation specialists will assure you that your purchases arrive safely and are installed properly. Moran Refrigeration, exceeding your expectations.
Welcome back to the barn here at New Knoxville High School, where the Loramie Redskins lead New Knoxville 17-0. NKTelco and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school varsity basketball on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays Tuesday, January 29th at 6 p.m. and Sunday, February 3rd at noon. You can also watch the games on WOSN and on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and at nktelco.net. So Jeff, here, 17-0 here early. Knoxville needs to get a good look on offense here, something they struggled to do in the first quarter.
Yeah, when you have 9 turnovers, tough to get many good looks. And credit that, 95% of it to the Fort Loramie defense. They just put a lot of pressure on the Rangers, and they were not able to find the gap or place themselves accordingly to take advantage of that aggressive Fort Loramie kind of smothering defense, and resulted in a lot of turnovers, 9 for the quarter. So a tough start, and earlier in the game I mentioned it was a 5-0 lead for a while for Fort Loramie, but they really came alive in the second half of that first quarter and went on to roll off 12 more about the final 4 minutes of that. So finished strong to kind of dominate the quarter, which they did, but there for a while it didn't look so much on the scoreboard that they were dominating it, but they had definitely turned it on offensively and got some good looks off some good passes and worked the ball amongst themselves. You mentioned the classmates hitting each other. The sophomores had some nice attempts and they converted.
A couple new faces in, Caleb Meyer and Colin Moore checking the ball game. Moore was the quarterback on that state semifinal Loramie team. This is why this game's been delayed a bit, as Brandaway uses his strength. Jeff, he might be like a point guard, but he can post up like that. He is so strong and so smooth taking it to the basket.
Well, he's left-handed too. That always adds a factor. He's 6 feet 2 inches, so not a small guy, but yeah, he can do it all. He's got a lot of varsity action. They've played a lot of games the past 2 years, and he's been a part of it, so he's utilizing his leadership here, and only a junior, so nice resource to have is Brandaway.
The stop and pop in transition by Rodman's no good here. And we see the duo of Meyer and Moore trying to get a steal, and there's a deflection by Kemper.
They pressure the double team the ball in New Knoxville. You'd think with 2 guys on the ball, someone's open, and they were, but Fort Loramie reading it so well that time. Mason Kemper nearly comes up with the steal as he bumps into Anspall standing along the sideline. Key word, standing. I hate to say it, but Fort Loramie's moving to the ball. They're seeing the ball and taking the extra step towards it.
Yeah.
So New Knoxville will just have to go after a little bit harder, maybe draw the foul if nothing else. And there's a nice move and one. So New Knoxville finally on the board. Nice move by Jared Osborne.
Jared Osborne there, the lead scorer here this year for the Rangers. Nice move to the basket, the senior there. As Caleb Logman, to see the replay here, just a great move on the inside. He gets right in front of Rosengarten, spin moves right around. Meyer just powers up there, and he cans the free throw. And like you said, Laramie's just moving to the ball. You got to be able to space the floor a lot, as Muller in transition, no good. Meyer off the follow is good. And you just got to be able to cut to the ball and always help out your teammates and be able to move constantly. It really confuses the defense, in my opinion, because if you're just standing there, you're not creating any opportunities. Knoxville trying to beat the 10-second violation, but they won't get it. And it'll be another turnover here, and Loramie will take it right out in front of Tim Gleason, now the assistant former Lehman coach.
And so is Coach Pyatt years ago. Coach Pyatt was here for about 6 seasons, and now Gleason, also you mentioned, former Lehman head coach.
And the Redskins up 21-3 here on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first. Kemper over to Moore. Moore, nice cut and seal on the inside. Kemper just can't get it to fall there. Great slip there by Kemper. Right idea, just a little too much on it. Davis up in the open floor. Up to Beerline. Beerline stops middle of the lane, and now New Knoxville's getting something going on here on the offensive end.
Nice pull-up jumper by the 6-foot freshman Carson Beerline. Has get nice elevation and got a nice soft shot to drop, and New Knoxville forces Fort Loramie into their second turnover. They had 1 in the first quarter and 1 in here now the second.
Antspaw trying to use the momentum to score here, no good. Kemper runs the open floor up to Caleb Meyer. Colin Moore from 3 land, no good. Follow up Rosengarten up to Meyer. Battle for the ball, and there'll be a foul called. Now New Knoxville getting a little more aggressive here. I'm liking the play I've seen over the last 2 minutes here, as we got a couple substitutions with Nolan Burning and Grant Albers.
Well, the momentum that you mentioned that you like to see is they've been able to score 2 out of the 3 past possessions. So, scoring helps, obviously, and they've been able to do that. So that, of course, allows you to kind of get a little bit more into it defensively, and still a long way to go for the Rangers.
Rosengarten drives on the inside up to Moore for the easy bucket there. Might have been fouled there, but Eli Rosengarten, I've been so impressed, like I said, how he's expanded his offensive arsenal. Was just really a 3-point shooter last year. Has been able to really add that driving to this game. Nice tip from behind by Meyer. And here comes the Redskins in transition. Moore to Meyer. Meyer, long, up to Burning. Burning in the corner, Rosengarten. Smooth 3-point corner shot, just long. And Loramie hasn't been able to get him fall from 3 land lately.
Well, Rosengarten's really struggled from 3-point land. He's over 4 tonight, and usually a decent 3-point shooter, and struggling right now getting his start.
Way to run the floor by New Knoxville. Beerline gets his own rebound and puts it back up. And New Knoxville's getting something going now. They're not saying die here early.
Well, held scoreless in the first 8 minutes of action. They've scored 7 here in the second quarter.
Albers, nice job of sealing Antspaw, just a little too hard there. They've got good looks. They've just been thinking of it a little too much here, I think.
And there's body contact all over Davis. Not for sure why there's not a foul called. You can't bump the dribbler down the court.
Davis, 3, top of the key, no good. And yeah, this game's getting real physical now.
Well, they could stop it with a whistle and a foul. That would solve it. And you mentioned Loramie's missed some good looks on the inside.
The inside out, no good there. Colin Moore. I think Loramie needs to just slow it down here a bit, and I see Nick Branway go to the score table. Probably the right idea for Coach Brink's team. Need to slow it down here. They're kind of not really all there, so to speak, like they were in the first quarter here.
Oh, they're not making shots at a high percentage like they did in the first quarter, and maybe too quick. Maybe obviously when you don't score, you hate to take one pass and then pull up and hit or take a 3. So, in Knoxville, when they don't turn it over, there's maybe a walk, but able to run some clock off and slow it down.
Beerline with a hand in his face, no good, and New Knoxville's outscoring the Redskins 7-6 in this quarter. Moore pushing the floor up to Burning. Burning on the inside, stopped by Rosengarten, and that's good.
Rosengarten, his first bucket of the game, his first 2-point attempt, and he converts for 2 points, averaging just under 12 points a game. As you mentioned, it's the Redskins' leading scorer.
Davis. And timeout, Mike Pyatt. We'll take the break with them. You're watching boys high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Automotive Outfitters, your truck accessory headquarters.
Back here at the barn here at New Knoxville High School, where the Fort Loramie Redskins lead the New Knoxville Rangers 25-7. I'm Brandon Coberman along with Jeff Hinchin. And you know, Jeff, New Knoxville had a really, made Nate Hill have a mountain just down 17-0, but they've really worked themselves back in this ball game, only getting outscored 8-7 this second quarter.
And Fort Loramie hasn't undone the pressure. It's not like they've backed up, if you will, the Fort Loramie Redskins. They're still playing the same style of defense. New Knoxville, although another turnover here, it's still the same Fort Loramie defense. So yeah, 8-7, much better performance for the Rangers. And a good strong move by Nate Meyer, who draws a foul against the Rangers.
And that was just a great look by Brandaway. He really saw it. He has nice court vision there, Brandaway does.
Meyer on the game tonight already 1 of 2 from the free throw line. They get 2 of 3. Meyer averages just under 3 points a game for the 6-foot sophomore.
This Loramie team's a real nice mix of seniors, juniors, and sophomores here. And Meyer goes 0 for 2 from the line. So, and they have a solid JV team as well, so they'll be able to fill in some parts. They should have a very nice team next year. They got a big Pickwa sectional coming up. They should have a very high seed in that. Should look to get out of that sectional for maybe for the Redskins their 4th year in a row.
Jacob Rollins, New Knoxville, nice drive to the basket, could not connect.
Meyer no good in transition. Burning, weak side rebound, no good. And Loramie struggling to hit shots here a little bit in the second quarter compared to the first. They were on fire.
Yeah, 6 of 14 in the first quarter and converted late in the quarter, a couple of the misses into baskets, so they had some good possessions. But struggling here in the second period, hitting shots.
Rosengard and over to Burning. Loramie's taking a lot of threes here in this second quarter.
They were 2 of 7 in the first quarter from three-point range. Again, 2 of 7 in the first. Boy, good strong move by Rosengard. He was fouled, if you will, going up and muscled his way through that contact. Not able to hit any threes tonight for Rosengard, 0 for 4, but perfect from the 2-point range. His last 2 jumpers have been 2-point attempts, and he's made both.
Yeah, good move by Rosengard to extend this lead 27-7 here in the winding seconds of the first half here at the barn in New Knoxville. You know, they also call Minnesota up there in the barn too, so this is only my second time being here, Jeff, and I really like the atmosphere here. It's kind of a unique gym here. Really like our view and everything, as another New Knoxville turnover over here.
It definitely is one of the few gyms like it around. Maybe like Russia has a small gym like this where the newer schools, the seats are far away from the court and are spread out. And here it's still pretty tight, and and it can be an environment when you're playing very well. A lot of people come. It's not a lot of seating, so it makes it very tight. You mentioned smaller gyms. Fort Loramie will be playing here in a couple games at Hoosiers Gym in Indiana.
Yeah, and you mentioned now 72-foot
that
floor.
Court is a 72-foot court, so it's smaller. Fort Loramie at home plays on a college floor, 94 feet. So it'll be a little bit compact. Now you can shoot 3-pointers all around the edge, but the length is shorter.
Brandaway too strong on the 3-pointer, and that will bring us to our halftime break, where the Fort Loramie Redskins lead the New Knoxville Rangers 27-7. We will take a commercial break here, and we will come back with your halftime stats. You're watching boys high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler, with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community, with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Welcome back to the barn here at New Knoxville High School, where the Fort Loramie Redskins lead the New Knoxville Rangers 27-7. Here with the first half stats, Jeff Hinchin.
Well, the Fort Loramie Redskins really took care of business in the first half. Didn't shoot very well from the field, 11 of 28, but did convert some of those misses into second chance opportunities and buckets. So maybe the field goal percentage is down a bit, but efficiency when they have the ball in that possession, rather high. New Knoxville just 12 shots in the entire first half, making 3 of them. Free throw margins. Before I get there to the threes, Fort Loramie's half their shots have been 3-pointers. They haven't shot well from beyond the arc at all, just the 2 of 14 there. But free throws, not much of a factor. Rebounding about even, but turnovers key as the Redskins have forced New Knoxville into 15 turnovers and limited the amount of opportunities that New Knoxville's had to take shots, and thus just 12 attempts. And remember, it was a 17-0 first half score at the end of the first quarter, a margin that the Redskins had. And they got off to somewhat of a slow start, Brandon. Just 5-0. I remember we talked about New Knoxville hadn't scored, hadn't got a shot off, but we're only down 5-0 about midway through the first quarter. Before Loramie, since that time, turned it on offensively. Let up a little bit, I think, in the second quarter as far as making a lot of shots, but they still, their defense did not give up a bit. New Knoxville, give them credit, able to get some points on the board finally in that second quarter, 7. And here we are ready to start the third quarter.
Here in the second half here, Redskins outscored the Rangers 10-7 in the second quarter as Kemper goes to work down the baseline, kicks it out Rotterman. He'll stop, pop, fire to the 3, and Loramie strikes first here in the second half.
Nathan Rotterman, a good start. His first points of the game. He averages just over 10 or just under 11 points, and just his third shot, and he's able to hit the 3-pointer here to start the Redskins off nicely in the third quarter.
And Loramie comes out with the pressure here, and Rollins might have got away with the walk there, but it's a Redskins turnover anyway. Caleb Meyer pushed in the short corner, fadeaway. It's too long, and Anspaugh come down with the rebound.
Tough shot by Meyer, but capable of hitting that, but a quick turnaround fadeaway, and Anspaugh there to rebound the miss.
I think Patrick Covert, as there's another turnover, is New Knoxville is really missing him tonight, being their point guard.
Yeah, it hasn't helped, and a lot of pressure now being put upon Zach Davis trying to fill in those shoes, and still comes down to the Rangers being able to, move without the basketball and distribute it. And easier said than done when you're playing a Fort Loramie defensive team that is pretty athletic. A lot of guys that have good foot speed and can maintain with the defense. That time a breakdown, good bucket by Rollins on a nice pass by Davis.
Rollins with a nice reverse layup there to get the first points of the second half for the Knoxville Rangers. It's 30-9 here on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank think first. And that high-low attempt to Kemper, it's just a little too long. It'll go away Rangers.
Right idea. Just not enough air under the basketball. And 2 quick turnovers by the Redskins. They only had 2 in the first half, as I mentioned, so they've equaled that here in basically just the first couple minutes. But again, the pressure still on, as basically it's been since the opening tip. The Fort Loramie defense has been making its presence known.
Yeah, that's a nice backdoor cut by Bierlein there. The freshman takes it in and wanted some contact there, but he didn't get it.
It's hard to believe with all the arms flying around. Nothing was touched, but good defensive play by the Redskins. Really nice executed play by the Rangers. That backdoor cut. You're going to, if you get it, there's going to be bodies around, and Bierlein couldn't get it to drop, and Fort Loramie answers with a friendly roll from Brandon. We had 10 points in the first half, now a dozen for the 6'2 junior who averages just under 10 points a game.
And Brandon gets the turnover and turns it right back over. That was a nice play in isolation there by Brandaway to get the score there. Kind of like a LeBron-esque move there. As the Rangers working around here, try to cut in this 23-point deficit here with 5:16 remaining here in the third frame. I'm Brandon Coverman along with Jeff Hinchin here at the barn here in New Knoxville High School. I told you they should call this the Dan Hegemeyer Tip-Off Classic here because both teams have been coached by him, and both schools have won state titles under him.
Yeah, very well stated. Coach Hegemeyer, alumni of New Knoxville, spent good years at Fort Loramie and good years here at New Knoxville for the Rangers. A 2008 state championship, 27-0 honor, if you will. Had some good years before and after that as well. So, good run. And Coach Hegemeyer, obviously, a couple state titles at Fort Loramie as well. I know 87 and 93 for sure. Hope I'm not missing any there.
You are correct.
I know they won one in 77 under a different head coach.
Yep. And Corey Brent here in his 5th season trying to resurrect that state title here. We've got a lot of talent here, so deep tournament runs are in the near future for the Redskins.
Well, it's tough to win state titles. I mean, there aren't too many teams that can.
It is tough.
Say that, and that's not how you should always judge your season, I don't think either, just because a lot of teams don't make it to the state anyways.
I was on a state runner-up baseball team, and that was hard enough getting there. It's a lot of effort here, and we got some of our sponsors here during this 32nd timeout. Wilson Health, caring without limits. Precision Strip, NKT.TV, BullerStore.com, Wagner's IGA, servicing communities for 95 years. Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door. Moran's Refrigeration, your appliance expert serving Northwest Ohio for over 70 years. PSG Automotive Outfitters, Minster Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime. Schwedeman Pharmacies, located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapak. New Knoxville Supply, Cargill, Minster Dental Care, Francis Furniture. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza, Replays, Winners, Meats, quality meats for 90 years, and Player of the Game brought to you by NKTelco, and our scoreboard is brought to you by First National Bank. Think first. And yeah, state titles are just a hard thing to win. I was on a state runner-up baseball team, and it's a lot. I mean, there's so many teams. There's 200 schools vying for just that one crown moment of glory there. But
yeah, there are not too many seniors that can say their final game was a victory.
Yep, not at all. And I know Loramie's got a couple players that were on the state championship baseball team last year. They're on that team, and Grant Albers is one of those, and he'll go to the line. He had a brother, Dylan, that was center fielder, and a couple other of these players that were on the state baseball teams: Carter Mesher, Eli Rosengarten, Nathan Rodman, Mason Kemper. As we see the replay here.
Just good strength as Rollins will reach in there as Albers strong enough to get the shot off and rewarded with a couple free throws, makes 1 of 2. 75% free throw shooter on the season for Albers. Again, 1 of 2. His 5th point of the game makes it 33-9.
And Knoxville trying to work around here, get their second bucket of the second half. 4:15 remaining here in the 3rd frame. Rangers are working it around here. Osborne, their senior leader, kicks around to Davis. Davis on the inside, working it around Beerline, the freshman. And it's stolen by the Redskins. Damon Mesher's checked in the ballgame, a freshman. Brother of Carter Mesher. And the Redskins working around. Burning pulls it out, resets the Redskin attack. Redskins weave in and out. Burning gets a nice looking shot from the corner. Can't get it to fall. Damon Mesher with the save there. Great effort here by the Redskins. Colin Moore drives to the basket and answers on the second chance.
Second chance points, as you mentioned, rewarded as Moore now with 4 points on the night.
And Rollins there ran into that double team, but the ball tipped off Damon Mesher's hands. Will stay the way of New Knoxville.
Cross-court pass, dangerous, I always think, but Beerline able to catch it before Redskin could intercept it.
And ball tipped around the backcourt. Rangers need to avoid the 10-second call, and they do. Beerline kicks in the corner to Rollins. Rollins, nice spin move inside, and will track contact on the floor. And they'll be able to take it out in their own basket. Let's see what the Rangers can do out of the set piece. Trying to get in the double-digit scoring column here is the New Knoxville Rangers. Good post-up attempt by Anspaugh there, but it's just tipped by Colin Moore. Moore in transition up to Mesher, back to Moore. Now over to Burning. Burning left wing working. Cross-court pass Moore, over to Mesher. Great ball movement, Loramie, and it results in a Damon Mesher 3.
Good ball movement allows for an open look, and Mesher, his first points of the game for the 6-foot freshman.
And there's foul in the backcourt there on the Redskins. It looks like it'll be on Grant Albers, third team foul this half. Loramie just been on a hot streak here. I started season 3 and 4. You might be able to attest that slow start to their coming back from football. You know, they played all the way into December. Bodies are beaten and torn from 4 months of playing football. You know, all the hard hits you take over the course of the season. But now
definitely
they're
a
playing
different
hot.
muscle set. But yeah, the 3 and 4 start, but then 7 of 8. And the only hiccup in there was a loss to the Jackson Center Tigers by 3 points on a half-court shot at Jackson Center that went in. So, and even their losses, I said the 5 losses have been very close, not blown out. And really, I think their biggest loss was against an undefeated Anna team by 8 points. So they played some very good basketball and have a lot of wins and success here recently to show for that.
And see the replay here. Looks like you're trying. Rollins taking it baseline there. Oh, Alberts might have got in there, but
bang
refs just
play
say
again.
it was a little late, and I'll give him the block. Beerline off the set piece. Working around. We'll give it up to Davis. 2 minutes remaining here, 38-9. I'm Brandon Coburn along with Jeff Hinchin here at the barn in Knoxville High School here on this Monday night. Non-conference battle between the Midwest Athletic Conference and the Shelby County Athletic League. Beerline works his way baseline, no good. And Mesher comes up with the rebound. Redskins pushing the floor. Nate Meyer stops up and turns over right to Beerline there. Loramie been a little sloppy with the ball here the third quarter, I thought.
Yeah, they've committed 5 turnovers. Again, only 2 in the first half. 5 already here as we finished the final minute and a half of the third quarter. So a little, little mental mistakes right now for the Redskins. With a big lead, though, probably not to worry. But that's sometimes the complacency you get. You get a big lead, and then you take a break for halftime and come back not quite as sharp as you were in the first half, but still Loramie playing pretty good. They've made it very difficult on the Rangers here in the third quarter. Just 2 points to show for it offensively for the Rangers, and just a handful of shots, only 4 shots. So again, limited opportunities for the Rangers. 6 more turnovers. Nice bounce pass, and there's a foul on the drive and the shot by Osborne.
Nice pass there by Knoxville to get Osborne in position to draw the contact. Go to the line for a pair here. As we see the replay here, you see the pass here from Beerline. Really led Osborne there and was able to draw the contact from Moore there.
Want to finish up on a comment. We're talking about state titles with Coach Hegemeyer. Obviously, he's won 1 here at New Knoxville and a couple with Fort Loramie. The 77 state title team for Fort Loramie head coach George Hamilton. Couldn't think of it at the time, but
yep, now that rings the bell there.
Want to make sure we give credit to his services as well. New Knoxville's run in the 07, 08, 09 season, those are undefeated 3 state times in the regular season. Probably, I don't know if you can ever will see that again around here, and tough to set your standards compared to that, but those groups of teams are very special and very gifted and coached well and played hard.
And we got a line change here for Loramie. It's a complete new set of 5 here, and when Knoxville went 27-0, the other year, Tri-Village had a team went 30-0 one state. I remember people comparing that 30-0 Tri-Village team to New Knoxville, saying one of these two are the greatest Division IV teams of all time. I just didn't know. Those are both fantastic teams. I remember them both, and
it's tough
really
to.
Talent.
Everyone wants to say who's best. You'll never be able to prove it. I'd say New Knoxville. I'm from New Knoxville, so. But, in those type of games, just to be considered in those conversations, I think is fair enough. You're not going to ever figure it out, and you can compare strength of schedules and all that, but just to be in the conversation, enough said there. And, again, Fort Loramie is still creating a lot of havoc here. The final 30 seconds, they force another Ranger turnover, just not allowing New Knoxville getting the ball in bounds. I guess they allow that, but then they double team and trap him in the corner, and New Knoxville not able to find the open receiver.
And New Knoxville turn it over there. I believe Davis had both his feet out of bounds.
Yeah, ran out of room. The defenders for Fort Loramie did a nice job cutting off the sideline, so they used the big black line as another defender, and that prevented the Rangers from getting through. And a nice ball movement, good execution, good finish at the basket by Kemper.
As we see New Knoxville here at Kemper extending the lead here for Loramie. Prayer thrown up by Osborne, no good, and that'll take us to the final frame. It's a 49 Fort Loramie lead here on NKTelco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CERA and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
And we are back here at the barn at New Knoxville High School, where the Fort Loramie Redskins lead the New Knoxville Rangers 40-9 here. And you know, Jeff, Knoxville only got 2 points off that quarter, but they're moving the ball a little better here in the fourth quarter. What, if you're down 31 here, what do you want to focus on if you're New Knoxville necessarily?
Well, keep getting better. You know, you're probably going to be working against some support players, I'm guessing, for Fort Loramie. They're going to play hard, so there's another chance. More opportunities to see things you can't mimic at practice. Unfortunately, you're doing it on a stage and everyone can see you, so it's tough to correct as you go, but you begin to see what they're doing and how to break it down, and you watch a little film afterwards and you figure out what you did wrong and learn from it and try to get better. It's a long process. You're playing a very good Fort Loramie team. It's not easy when you're playing good teams like this that are very well coached and athletic. So as you see here, Anspal taking a strong move to the basket. He is fouled, so free throws coming up for Sam. So again, you just got to keep playing hard. It's part of the game. You don't give up.
Yep, and NKTelco and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school varsity basketball on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can watch the replays on Tuesday, January 29th at 6 p.m. and Sunday, February 3rd at noon. You can also watch the games on WOSN and on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and at nktelco.net.
Anspal connected on both of his free throws, his first 2 points of the game. He's the Rangers' second leading scorer, just under 10 at 9.4. So he's finding it hard as well, difficult to get off to the offensive, or get off to a good start offensively, as most of the Rangers have struggled tonight against a very physical and athletic defensive team of the Redskins.
Brandon worked his way, but the foul was on the floor there. It's only the second team foul for the Rangers here in the second half compared to Loramie 6.
Caleb Logman, his first foul. But yeah, the Rangers just to 2 fouls. It's actually Fort Loramie with 6 fouls, but nice pass again. Caleb Meyer finishes it.
Caleb Meyer with a nice steal move there on Zach Davis.
Caleb Meyer now with 4 points, 6'1" senior.
See the Rangers here get a good shot here.
Nice bounce pass. Anspal loses the handle. Right idea. Good pass by Poppy. That might be offensive.
And it is. Rotterman, very strong player. And I think he just leaned his shoulder, and I think that was the correct call. He doesn't have to be in a position to take a charge if his front shoulder leans into that. We'll get a good look on the replay here. And
that's the strip on the other end. Now we'll see it here as we hustle down. Pretty good call.
Yep,
Again, left shoulder made contact, and Rangers give it back. So another chance here for the Redskins. Boy, Brandaway, nice move. Nice defensive play by Poppy.
And Rotterman's going to respond saying, hey, you're going to take away my bucket on this end. I'll just make it one more with a 3 here. And Coach Britton wants a timeout. We're going to keep it here. And It's a 45-11 lead here on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first. And you know, tournament draws coming up in less than 2 weeks here. Loramie is in a position to get a really good seed here. If I had to project around a 2 or 1 seed for the Redskins, so that they're trying to win their 4th sectional title in a row, their 3rd district title in a row. You know, they made it to the regional finals last year, lost to the eventual state champions, Marion Local. Speaking of the Flyers, they got a game against them Saturday. That'll be their next game, a rematch of that regional final. Should be a very good game. I believe it is at Fort Loramie. And then they got a contest coming up against Bethel. So it's good to have these tough regular season games down the stretch to prepare for tournament.
Yeah, Marion Local game. I know you said that's coming up on February 2nd. That's at Marion Local. Not for sure what you said there, but it's at Marion. And then home with Bethel. And then a game against Sienna Rockets. Very good Division III team, undefeated on the season.
Nice strong move by Anspaw there.
That was Andrew Poppy.
Or Andrew Poppy, my bad.
32 versus 34.
Thank you for correcting me on that.
No
Jeff,
problem.
You know this Knoxville community a little better than I do there. And
Poppy struggles for it, gets the loose ball. It'll be a tie-up in Knoxville basketball and a turnover.
You like to see that, especially down in the 4th quarter, being down 32, them hustle plays. He made a nice baseline move, dove on the floor for a ball. As you see the replay here. And Poppy, I mean, you know, coaches just got to love that. You know, this 4th quarter, you're still diving all over the floor for balls. Any coach loves that, and they embrace it. And no matter what your talent level is, they'll say, look at that. Everyone needs to do that.
And New Knoxville, they didn't switch the arrow, so they didn't get credit for the jump ball. It goes back, it stays with Fort Loramie. But, yeah, it's always good to keep. You mentioned what do you do when you're down early in the 4th quarter by a large amount. You know, you keep playing. You don't give up. You keep playing and getting better.
Kemper, no good off the 3 look.
You mentioned Fort Loramie, that schedule they have coming up. You know, they've got some big games coming up, and, you know, it's odd as they finish at Botkins, and Botkins was a team that beat them at home back in early January on a last-second shot, 60-57. So you got to think the Redskins want to have a little bit of, if you will, payback.
I called that game. That was a very good game. I'd say that was one of the best games I ever called. Botkins was down 20, but the Will of Loramie got them back in the game. They led briefly there at the end before Zane Paul pulled up from about 40 feet.
Loramie trailed by 20 or
Loramie trailed by 20.
And came back, and then Zane Paul hit the game winner.
Zane Paul hit the game winner. It's about from the same distance that Trent Plattfoot hit to beat Loramie on the other
Jackson
night.
Center?
To beat Jackson Center to beat Loramie. And,
so they've lost twice, the Redskins, basically from shots from a similar spot on the court.
Yep, just about. And you know, sometimes that luck just doesn't roll your way, and it hurts, especially because they're both league games. And Loramie is a defending league tri-champ from last year, so they it hurts, but it gives you something motivated for, especially in the Shelby County Athletic League when you play a double round robin. You got them at their place, and you got a chance to get some revenge here. And they may see them in tournament too.
Correct. Both those schools are in the same sectional, if you will, or district, and nice move by Caleb Ogden. But yeah, definitely, it's better to lose those than ones in tournament, you might say. And Anna right now on top of the Shelby County Athletic League, unless they hit a mild or a severe road bump, they're probably going to win the Shelby County Athletic League. So, but a lot of big games for the Redskins coming up. They played well tonight, no doubt.
Yep, and Russia with 4 Shelby County Athletic League losses. This will be interesting. It will snap their 5-year Shelby County Athletic League where they've had at least a share or won the title outright. They've won outright for the last 4 years in a row, and last year they split it with Loramie and Anna. They've also done that in baseball the past 2 years where they've been tri-champs. So Loramie, Russia, and Anna really taking control of the top.
That Shelby County Athletic League last year mentioned with Anna, Fort Loramie, and Russia tying. It was odd how that worked out. Each team beat the other team twice, meaning I forget the rotation, but
it was Anna beat Loramie twice, Loramie beat Russia twice, and Russia beat Anna twice.
There you go. That was well said. That's what I meant to say, and you just don't see that very much. As Beerline shot no good. Poppy offensive rebound. Gets it to drop.
You know what? And that exact same thing happened actually in the 2017 baseball season. The exact same rotation of teams beating each other. And they all split in the 2018 baseball season, split with the tri-champs here. And we see some improved offense here from New Knoxville this 4th quarter here. Really working around very well so far.
Got some offensive rebounds, able to get some second chance opportunities, and a strong move there by Grant Albers.
Albers, the sophomore here.
his 7th point of the night.
The underclassmen getting some playing time here. And
I mentioned that we touched on early in the first half, Fort Loramie will go to Hoosiers Gym at Knightstown, Indiana. The same gym the movie Hoosiers was filmed in. They host games and such
movie
there. And the court, again, a little bit smaller than what Fort Loramie is going to be used to. And I was thinking earlier, New Knoxville is about the only school around that still has a small, let's say, gym that you utilize. So maybe Fort Loramie may want to get a hold of athletic director Kay Webb here and say, hey, can we practice in your small gym? It's not that small, but it is a smaller length court.
3 no good here. Colin Moore with a nice rebound. And we're going to have some substitutions here. Deegan Meyer checks in the ball game for Loramie. And Max Hinchin in the ball game for
Ryan Osborne as well, and also Rylan Durness, as the Rangers also empty their bench.
Good to see these guys get some playing time. You know, these JV guys put a lot of practice, going against the varsity squad all week. I know from my times of playing, you put in a lot of work, and it's kind of rewarding when you get that time there at varsity to really show both coaches what you can do, really to provide for the team. Let's see Moore working it around to Burning. Burning loses it for a moment. Stops, finds Moore in the short corner, powers up,
nice
an
move.
Easy bucket.
Good move by Colin Moore. He moved well without the basketball, a little back cut. And when he got it, was very quick to get a nice shot off the glass. Didn't give New Knoxville a chance to recover defensively.
It's a 49-17 Fort Loramie lead here on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank Think First here on this Monday night contest here at the barn. And Colin Moore working it up to Nolan Burning. Burning up to Devin Rotterman, who's also checked in the ball game. Loramie wearing their throwback uniforms. I'm going to assume this is a 90s type of thing. It's Moore, another strong move to the basket. He is on a self 4-point run here.
8 points for the 6'1 sophomore. Well above his season average. He got some extra minutes to maybe tonight with the score where it's at. But again, good to see a young underclassman put some points on the board.
The Rangers moving the ball around the perimeter. Osborne in the corner to Lagaman. Lagaman up to Durnez. Durnez takes his shot, no good. And ball off the baseline will go the way of the Redskins as Evan Holscher checks in the ball game for the Fort Loramie Redskins. And Colin Moore will head to the bench, and he gets a ovation from his visiting Fort Loramie Redskin crowd.
Well, they see good play, and again, the 8 points on the night. So, job well done offensively for Colin Moore. And a lot of the Redskins, again, played very well tonight. And defensive probably was a key to their success. I mean, offense came alive, but a lot of it was instigated or started by the good Fort Loramie defense and really hampered the New Knoxville offense.
Deegan Meyer driving in on the inside. Nice shot. And Deegan Meyer works his way into the box score. Fort Loramie is going to continue to stay hot here with a minute remaining as Devin Rotterman steals scrum for the ball. Give it up to Burning. And Burning loses it right back to Lagaman. Lagaman working his way in the lane. Nice move, but just can't get it to fall. And Damon Mesher works his way. Nice friendly pass up there to Devin Rotterman. He leans in, no good. New Knoxville saves it, and it goes right back in the hands of Nolan Burning in the winding seconds of the final frame. Deegan Meyer going to work down low. Up here, Burning, nice pass on the inside to Holscher, just can't quite grasp it. And the jump ball, the arrow will favor the Rangers here in the winding seconds of this ball game.
New Knoxville, a lot of games here recently, played Friday, Saturday, now Monday, just like Fort Loramie. They'll be at Coldwater this Friday for a MAC game, so the schedule, very competitive, doesn't get much easier.
Osborne gets the N1, and yeah, that's a lot. Friday, Saturday, Monday. Actually, Marion Local Boys had the same thing. They played, let's see the replay here. They played Friday and Saturday their games, and then they played Monday at Flying the Hoop against Cardinal Stritch. That's just a lot, it wears out a team. And really, a lot of teams don't practice on Sundays. I mean, sometimes some teams do, and it's hard to prep for that if you're a coach and really do a walkthrough and say, here, this is what this team does, and so on, like most teams do at the varsity level here. And Nolan Burning will dribble out the remaining seconds, burn the rest of the clock up, and it is a final from the barn. our final, Fort Loramie 53, New Knoxville 19. We will head to commercial break and come back with final stats. You're watching boys high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us! For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sydney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at Cargill.com.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier sofa and sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it Caring Without Limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Our 1,500 square foot showroom and pro shop at bowlerstore.com is stocked with bowling balls, bags, shoes, accessories, and apparel. The pro shop is equipped with 2 drill presses, measuring devices, and bowling ball maintenance machines to keep your ball rolling great. We offer private lessons for individuals and groups. Moxie's Extra Pair inside bowlerstore.com is also available to rent for private events. Be sure to check out bowlerstore.com or visit our pro shop in Versailles, Ohio for all your bowling product needs.
And we're back here from the barn here at New Knoxville High School, where the Fort Loramie Redskins just defeated the New Knoxville Rangers 53-19. Here with the final stats, Jeff Hinchen.
Well, the game dominated by the Redskins from the opening tip. They win 53-19. They shoot 22 of 48 from the field. New Knoxville just 8 of 25. 3-point shooting. Fort Loramie let them fly tonight. Did not connect on very many, just 5 of 22. New Knoxville 0 of the 5 they took. Free throw line, both teams 50%. Fort Loramie 4 of 8, New Knoxville 3 of 6. Rebounding margin won by the Redskins tonight. But the turnover margin there, you see New Knoxville 24 compared to 9. And those turnovers hampered the Ranger offense and allowed the Fort Loramie defense to thrive. And that helped their offense get moving. And they pull away from an opening lead where they led to start tonight's game 17-0. And really never look back. They move on to the 53-19 victory. Fort Loramie places 10 players in the scoring column. They were led by Nick Brandewie with 12, 8 from Colin Moore, 6 from Mason Kemper and Nathan Rauderman, 7 from Grant Albers, 4 from Caleb Meyer, 4 from Eli Rosengarten, 3 from Damon Mesher, and 2 from Deegan Meyer, and 1 from Nate Meyer. Their total of 53 for New Knoxville.
And tonight, our player of the game is going to be...
Well, let me finish up New Knoxville scoring first quickly for the Rangers. Scoring for them, Andrew Poppy with 4, Carson Beerline with 4, 3 from Jared Osborne, 2 apiece from the following: Ryan Osborne, Jacob Rollins, Sammy Anspaugh, and Caleb Loggeman, a total of 19.
And our player of the game tonight is Nick Brandaway, the Junior just had a solid game wearing number 53 because of his throwback uniforms tonight. Hit a couple threes early to really spark Loramie to this big win. Uses by strength score on the inside. Going to be an all-county selection here, no doubt, here in the upcoming weeks, and really had a nice game tonight.
Yes, congratulations to Nick and the Fort Loramie team, but Nick Brandy were a player of the game and a fine performance for the Redskins as they move to 11-5 overall. New Knoxville drops to 3-13.
And that will conclude our broadcast here. We'd like to thank our director, Scott Robinson, assisted by Bryce Hamrick. On cameras, we have Patrick Tuller and Kurt Kuffner. And for announcers, for Jeff Hinchin, I'm Brandon Coberman signing off, telling everyone good night